he was committing shirk, but Allah gave him guidance, out of that. So essentially, what I'm trying to say is that shirk and iman, these are often things that we may not be able to perceive correctly, inside of a different person, and that mean that's really it. We not always perceive what the reality of those things are. What we perceive as shirk might not be how God perceives it. What we perceive as iman might not be how Allah sees it, because Allah is al-Basir, the all-seeing, right? So, in terms of, I think of what you're talking about, and again, this is a long. I know this is a long issue. This is a long conversation.
You can save it for next Sunday.
But the short end of it is that we don't approve of people praying to Jesus. We don't of praying to idols. We obviously don't approve of that, and it is good. It is beneficial if they accept our explanations of things and go a different path. But at the end of the day, that is in Allah's hands. At the end of the day, that is in Allah's hands.
There's a scripture in the table that says the disbelievers, those who say God is
the
third of the three.
Yes, that is also yes.
But there is no deity except one God.
Yes.
And so on. Then it goes, will they not repent to God and ask His forgiveness?
Yes.
God is forgiving and merciful.
Yes.
Meaning that, they may believe that, but it can be corrected because God is merciful and forgiving.
And then at the end of surah, and it's at the end of that surah, I think you memorized the whole surah by now, because you quote that surah a lot. You quote that surah. Yeah, you see that. So at the end of that surah, it has actually maybe I should look at it, because at the end of that surah, it has a scene. It has a scene from Judgment Day. Let me see. I can find it here. It's okay. So God asks Jesus on Judgment Day. He will ask Jesus on Judgment Day. Did you tell people to take me and my mother as Ilahaini min dunillah, as two deities besides Allah? And he responds, glorifies you. You know what I told them. You know what I have been telling them. I told them nothing except truth. You know what is in me. I don't know what is in you. I only told them to worship Allah, your Lord, my Lord. So he goes on to say, Jesus says that you was a witness over them. That Allah was a witness over them. And you were the one. You were the watcher over them after my passing. It says, if you tu'adhibhum fa innahum ibaduk. If you punish them, okay, well they're still your servants. Wa in taghfir lahum fa innaka antal aziz al hakim. If you forgive them forgiveness, you are the one who is the powerful and the wise. So Allah, in a sense, this goes back to Allah can forgive that kind of that kind of wrong action of even the worship of something other than Him, like in a physical way. But the shirk that sister is mentioning, the shirk that is so frightening, and again, this is for perhaps another class, is that shirk in the Quran is often associated with injustice. Not simply about, because people criticize Muslims. They say you Muslims are idol worshippers. You ask, well, how? They say, well, you guys, when you go for Hajj, you circle this thing called the Kaaba. That's what they say, right? They say when you the black box. The black box. Yeah, you say you worship that thing. That's what they say. You kiss it, and when you pray in the direction, your qibla is in that direction.
Christians and Jews kiss and bow to the Wailing Wall.
Well, nonetheless, sometimes they criticize us for it. Yes, sir.
The verse where it mentions the goddesses, Uzra and
Allat wal Manat wal Uzza.
yeah,
Allat wal Manat wal Uzza. Excuse me.
Isn't that the idols of Quraysh?
The
Yeah,
idols of
that's-
Quraysh. Yes.
there are idols.
Yeah, there are particular false gods or idols that are worshipped by the Qurayshi people in the time of the Prophet.
In the Quran, does it state them as goddesses that the people worship?
I think what you're asking is, does the Quran say that we should worship them?
No.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes people ask that question.
It mentions them, but it says, I think that it says, I don't want to misquote, but that the people worship these, don't stop worshiping them or something like that.
Okay, there's no verse that says that says don't stop worshiping the false gods. There's no verse that says that.
How does it state that you should not worship those as they are?
So I had to look at the context of that text. But as I remember the context is essentially saying that not to worship those things,
Yeah.
right? Not to worship those things. So the Quran is very clear on the fact that we should worship Allah.
Yeah.
That only Allah, and it's been very clear and consistent. There's never been a moment where it's advocated anything different from that. And so, admittedly, I don't remember the exact verses the surrounding what you're talking about. I don't remember the exact context here, but the general memory I have of it is that it's criticizing the worship of those things.
Never mind, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Any other questions and comments you think of?
Didn't you say that at the picnic there was someone you were supposed to be hooking him up with?
I don't even remember now.
Didn't you remember we stood over there and he said, "Oh yeah,
But he didn't pay me enough money.
And there
He didn't pay me enough money. For my dating services, you have to pay monthly, brother.
I was like, who was it? Who did you meet?
I honestly, wallahi, I don't remember that. I don't remember. There might be some projection going on there.
You said it.
Okay, I don't remember.
I don't think it's such things.
Okay, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. But what a way to put people on the spot. Got me embarrassed. Got him embarrassed.
You got it on video.
What a way to put me on the spot.
Matter of fact, they said both of us.
Yeah.
You see?
I think that's pretty.
I'm still waiting.
Hey.
You didn't pay enough.
Okay, so if there are any non-dating related questions, I think I'm going to just conclude with a supplication, so a dua. So this is dua that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would conclude his gatherings with. So I want to follow in that same sunnah or same tradition. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Glorify you, Allah, and you belongs praise. We testify none as his worship, except you. We seek your forgiveness and turn to you in repentance. Ameen.